Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to my brand new YouTube channel called On Deconstruction. And the reason why my channel is called On Deconstruction is because I am going through a phase in my life called deconstruction. Now, up until about 2 or 3 years ago, I wasn't even aware of such a term or what it even meant. Now, this is a movement that has been going on in Christianity for I don't know how many years, where you have Christians who begin to doubt, begin to have questions, begin to be unsettled about what they have been taught, what they read, what they hear, what they see. And the lack of peace just becomes overwhelming, and they begin reading, listening, looking at other things, and investigating what is going on in the world and in themselves and in the faith they have been taught most of their lives. This is where I have been for about 3 years now. Actually, longer than that, but kind of hardcore for the past 3 years. And basically, it started about 7 years ago when I suddenly became very, very upset about the theology of hell. And let me be honest with you and tell you that up until about 3 years ago, I did not think that much about hell. It didn't bother me that much. And then I started thinking when I would go to bed at night, I would be visualizing the millions and billions of people that Christianity placed in hell at the time of their death. And we're talking about people from the past, people from the present, and people in the future. And this began to sit heavily upon me because the idea of someone burning eternally for trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of years with no reprieve whatsoever was so hard for me to take and so hard for me to understand. I just could not understand why a God would do this. It did not make any sense to me. And also, as a mother, I noticed the negative effects that it was having upon one of my children, especially, actually, two of them, where they would be so upset, not being able to sleep, worrying about death, worrying about dying and going to hell, worrying about if they asked questions of the Bible, if they did not believe in a young earth, if they did not believe in that the Bible was literally the Word of God, did this mean they would die and go to hell and burn for eternity? And it was such that my son would just be beside himself in tears and worry and anxiety and fear. And I just could not take it anymore because I too was feeling this anxiety. My close friends, my gay friends, my acquaintances, my workmates, people who were doing so many wonderful things in this world, I pictured them, I tried to picture them burning for all of eternity. And I could not get past it. And I began to read things and listen to podcasts. And I read Rob Bell's book called Love Wins, where it states that, eventually God, He desires to save everyone. So, anyway, hell was my first very large, almost insurmountable stumbling block to me. It has become damaging. It is damaging. It is psychologically damaging theology. And let me tell you, I am still in many Christian circles and a Christian family and other families who are like Jehovah Witness and things like this, where they are so anti-gay, anti-secular people, anti anyone who believes differently than them, and they are unbending. They don't, they, people say things like, I had someone that was writing a paper on, what's his name? It's an atheist scientist, Stephen Hawking. And this person said, "Why would you be writing a paper on Stephen Hawking? Isn't he burning in hell right now?" And those are the kind of comments Christians make. These are Christians saying this. Why would you write a paper on Stephen Hawking? Isn't he burning in hell right now? And here's another favorite of mine. This is one too. I heard someone say, well, in the Muslim world, they hate gay people. And if you were gay and you were Muslim, they would throw you off a building. And this Christian person responded, yes, maybe we should do that here in the United States. This is disgusting theology. This is disgusting that you get pleasure, that people get pleasure out of thinking of people dying every day and going to hell. Yet they do nothing about it, because I really don't think they care. And I really don't think they think about it. I don't really think about that they think about the words they say, that this is actually going to happen to people. And so I am deconstructing, which it means I am taking apart and I am looking and I'm examining all of these things I've been taught my whole life. It is very unsettling. It is very unsafe. I am in a disguise because it is unsafe. It is unsafe in a Christian world to have doubts, to have questions, to question the status quo. Even in my own family, I am told to get over it, to trust God. God has a plan. I am repetitious. Why do I talk about it all the time? Get over it. Shut up. Move on. Why are you doubting? Are you under a spiritual attack? Is the devil deceiving you? I do not feel dark forces around me, and maybe there are. But I do not think that is the case. I think maybe I am waking up for the first time in my life. So this channel is going to be devoted to my journal on deconstructing and what that looks like and what that means. I have a very, very religious family. My immediate family, my extended family, my community. Doubt is not popular. When you bring up doubt, when you bring up questions, you get all the pat answers. And I can go into all the pat answers later on, but God gets all the excuses in the world. He has a plan. That's not his will. He does things his way. I mean, those are just a few. But if you want to walk with me on this journey, feel free to join me on it. I have to say, I was in a community, I'm still in a community of Christians, and one person wanted to share the testimony, wanted their little girl, who's 6 years old, to share her testimony. And the mother asked the little girl, so tell them what happened. What happened last night? Please tell them. And she says, oh, well, I asked Jesus to come into my heart. Okay, that's very sweet, right? And then she says, and what else did you talk about? What about Satan? And the little girl, who is 6, says, oh yes, and Satan is a bad guy. And if you don't have Jesus in your heart, God will send you to a burning pit of lava forever. And she's hearing this at 6 years old. Someone in the room is sitting there saying to me, yes, that is right. I look around the room, I am horrified. I look around the room and people are smiling. This is to them a celebration. They do not understand the significance of their words. And they think I am a stupid, stupid idiot for thinking and for questioning and for having doubts. And yes, I do have doubts. And I have spent most of my whole life accepting every single thing as it was. And no longer do I want to do that. When I was a child too, hell terrorized me. I was always thinking Jesus was coming back. I was going to be cast into the lake of fire because I committed some sin like cutting my hair, wearing makeup, doing something bad, having a dirty thought. Because God was like that. If you didn't toe the line, if you didn't speak in tongues, because you had to do that too, then, you could get it all wrong. And if you had anything wrong, you were done. So this is my first video. I will be coming at you again. Please leave comments. Here on Deconstruction, I am not a theologian. I am just a basic Christian with maybe more than basic Christian knowledge, but finding my way. If you have questions or comments, please put them below, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.